behind the scenes with future country rock blues kings and queens. Discover them first with Palm Mash TV. Palm Mash TV.
Well, hello there. It's Palm Mash TV time again. Thank you so much for joining us. We got a great interview coming up shortly. But before we begin, if you haven't yet, click that subscribe button and bell button below you there. Anytime a new episode comes your way, you'll be notified of that. And leave a comment on the comment section as usual. We'd love to hear from you there. And pay attention to the description and the closing credits at the end of the show. And it'll give you contact info for you to contact us, and we hope you'll stay tuned for that. From Myrtle Beach, South Carolina today, we have Dan Dennis. He's another awesome artist. I think you're going to agree. And we'll get to that in a second, but first, here's another quick word from the Caden Gordon Show. So don't go away. We'll be right back right after this.
It is Caden from the Caden Gordon Show. Today's best country mix. Check out my show at thecadengordonshow.com.
Okay, we're back, and with us from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina today, we have Dan Dennis with us. Thanks for joining us, Dan.
Well, I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, no problem. We're glad to have you here. Now, I'm assuming ever since you were a kid, maybe you got involved with music, but maybe it came much later. But everybody has their own story. Tell us a little bit about how you discovered music.
Well, I discovered music through my grandfather, Southern Baptist, strong Southern Baptist guy, union plumber, was a deacon in our church. He was the well, they call them praise directors now, but he was the choir director when I was a little kid. And the church that I went to was a small country church. It's no longer there because of growth, I guess. In the little town that my grandmother and my grandfather lived in, the population overtook the property, and the church is no longer there. But that's where I started, I would say, my music career. As first place I ever sang, I think, in public was in church. So, but I grew up listening to country gospel music and singing gospel music, and my grandfather really loved Roy Clark and Grandpa Jones, and so that my influence was that until I kind of came into my own music, and I really started listening to a lot of Waylon Jennings, and I really liked Merle Haggard growing up. You know, Hank Williams Jr. More of the outlaw kind of guys, I guess. And you can hear some of that in my music that I write with my wife and perform and record.
Okay, well, I enjoy your music, and I've listened to the song we're about to play in just a minute here. But yeah, that's quite a story there. And I heard you mention people like Buck Owens and Grandpa Jones and Merle Haggard and so forth. Were there any other influences, or were those pretty much the main ones?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say I like just country music. I mean, I've got a Pantera shirt on, as you can see.
Okay.
So I really like Pantera. I'm from that area, where they're from in Dallas. So I'm actually from Texas, and my wife and I migrated out here to the East Coast after traveling around quite a bit. Hopefully you're picking me up quite well with this microphone. I don't know if I have it.
Yeah, I can hear you
just right. But I like David Allan Cole. I like some of my good friends that are in the music business in Texas, or Tom McIlvaine, Cody Jinks. You probably heard of Cody Jinks. He's big time now. Cody was one of those guys that played in the places that I played at in Texas. But Tommy Alverson, of course, one of my big influences, good friend. passed away last year, and I missed Tommy Alverson. So, but yeah, I listen to all kinds of stuff. My wife is more of a rocker. She sings country music, but she has rock influences, and so she's kind of turned me on to um, that side of the music business, like Journey, and um, she's a big Guns N' Roses fan. So I listen to a lot of that stuff, and I find myself listening to a lot more of it when I'm just driving down the road with by myself. So I try to think that I'm uh, well rounded in the music. I
Hmm.
listen to everything except for opera.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what we stand for here at Palm Ash TV. We do all genres here. And
Okay.
yeah, those are some other pretty good influences you just came out with. Now I'm sure you're on all streaming platforms, but are you on social media? Do you have an official website, all that stuff? Tell everybody where we can find
Well, I do have a website, dandennismusic.com. My good friend Don Pierce with Pierce Media up in Canada takes care of my social media, my website for me. You can find me on Facebook, Dan Dennis Music. I think I have a Instagram, but I never do. I'm lucky I do Facebook, honestly. I know everybody in music now has to have some type of, social media, but I do Facebook, and that I barely do that. So,
you.
and so it's my wife is better at the social media stuff than I am. So I told her, I said, I need to have someone that does this just for that.
Hmm.
And she goes, well, once you get big and famous, you can hire somebody to do that. In the meantime, you got me.
Okay. Now, does she help you with the social? I mean, not social, but the streaming media as well, like the Apple Music, Amazon Music, so forth?
Yeah, we're on Apple Music, we're on Amazon, we're on Spotify, Diesel, any place that you can buy music, you can buy my music. I've got this my new single that we were talking about. It come out on April the 11th, which happened to be my 51st birthday.
Hmm.
And I think that was I think it's my sixth official um, song that I've released. I've got, I want to say, I don't know, five or six. Yeah, I think it's my sixth one. I was a honky tonk band back in Texas. I did a lot of band gigs all over the state. Um, Never really did a lot of recording, to be honest with you, until I met my wife. And funny enough, we met at a benefit concert that we were helping raise money for someone in Texas. There was like, I think, 10 bands came together. That's one good thing about Texas music. When there's something that needs to be done, a little kid that needs a fundraiser, musicians come together and we make it happen. And that's how I met my wife at a fundraiser. So uh, she's she's kind of like my rock. She tells me when I need to straighten up. So
Okay. All right. Well,
we do a lot of songwriting together. Matter of fact, the song that we're going to do today, she and I wrote, and coincidentally, she released her new single back in on the 3rd of April, which is a song that she and I wrote. So, um, but we're doing a lot of songwriting now, trying not to do any covers. But that's they say that's where the money's at. You got to write your own stuff. So
okay. Well, everybody check them out on everything you mentioned at the streaming media, social media website, all that. And I know he would love you for that.
sure,
And the song he was just talking about was called Outlaws Gun.
yeah.
And it's a great song. Do you have a story about this song?
Um, I would love to say yeah. I got a story behind this song, but believe it or not, it's just a concept song that my wife Laurie started writing, and I do a lot of the the music for our writing, and she's more of the word person. I tell her all the time, and I joke with people that I'm good for maybe one or two lines, and that's about it. Um, so she had the idea for the song, and she started singing it to me one day, and I was like, "Man, that's a really really good song. Let's do something with it." And we just sat down, and I think we wrote it in like 2 days. You know, some people can sit down and write a song in 5 minutes, or 30 minutes, but she and I were not like that. She now on her own can sit down and write a song in 5 minutes. And she writes constantly every day. She'll tell me, "Hey, I wrote a new song. You want to hear it?" So that's every day. So I wasn't gifted with that gift. God didn't give me that gift. He gave it to her, and I think that's one of the reasons he put us together. So.
Okay, well, as I mentioned earlier, it is a great song, and you're going to get a chance to listen to it in just a moment. Before we get into that, Dan, we appreciate you coming on the show. We'd love to have you back again sometime if you got anything new to plug for us by that time.
Oh yeah, and you guys go out there and Apple Music, wherever you buy your music, you can go. And I have my other stuff out there right now. I've got a song called "She Saw Through It All." You can go on YouTube and watch the video. That's another song that Laurie and I wrote. We recorded the video at the world famous Bowery Club in Myrtle Beach. And if you know anything about that, you know that's where Alabama got their start. Mm-hmm. And I think I'm the second only person to ever record a music video there. And I think the first one was Dan and Shay. So I'm in pretty good company. Let's see what else. I've got another music video. You can just put my name in on YouTube, and I've got 2 videos out there I'm very, very proud of. That She Saw Through It All, and the other song is called "I Miss the USA," which was a very heartfelt song that I didn't write. It was pitched to me by my old producer in Nashville, and I think I got into maybe 30 seconds of the song, and I said, "I'm recording that," and I stood up and walked right into the sound booth and recorded it right then. So if you want to hear any of my stuff, you can definitely find me anywhere on the Apple iTunes, wherever you buy your music. So I really appreciate you giving me the opportunity coming on, and my friend Caden Gordon actually hooked us up. So I got to give a big shout out to Caden. Because he does really good work for all of us independent artists out there.
Okay, well, that's good. And without further ado, here it is, Outlaws Gone by Dan Dennis. It begins right now.
Riding off in the sunset, hair blowing in the breeze. I pulled off my first robbery at the age of 17. I have a reputation of not staying here too long. It's me they write about in all the outlaw songs. I've never had a home in any of these towns. I just hit with the wind till I come back around. At night it gets crazy, 'cause I'm always on the run, hide my face from every lawman's gun. My gun tells a story about all the men it's killed, kicking up the dirt on all the graves I've filled. Don't you dare test me or look me in the eye. You'll never make it home, and you'll be the next to die. I've never had a home